Hello, Dee Dee. Hello, That. How are you? I'm well, thank you. How are you? I'm fantastic. That's great to hear. Dee Dee, we're going to get started with our first Black History moment together. How do you feel about that? I'm excited. I'm glad you are. So, could you please just listen along quietly while I share this information? I sure will. Okay, thank you. On this date, December 4th, 1927, Duke Ellington opened at the Cotton Club. Duke Ellington opened at the Cotton Club in Harlem. In 1923, Edward Kennedy Duke Ellington first began to make his mark in New York City with his band, the Washingtonians, which took its name from his home city. He soon assembled a remarkable corpus of talented instrumentalists whose qualities he exploited, not only by showcasing them in dynamic solo passages, but also by joining them in astonishingly varied and colorful combinations of a kind never before heard in jazz. These achievements, in addition to Ellington's expertise as an originator of intellectually satisfying musical structures, made him the most celebrated and critically acclaimed of all jazz composers. Ellington's orchestra began its 4-year residency at Harlem's famous Cotton Club in 1927, providing music for sumptuous stage routines in which exotically dressed Black dancers performed for an exclusively white audience. The band developed a new style of jungle music for these dances, which featured a growl technique of brass playing developed by trumpeter Bubber Miley and trombonist Tricky Sam Nanton. Ellington's other notable sidesmen in these early years were alto saxophonist Johnny Hodges, famous for his sensuous tone, baritone saxophonist Harry Carney, whose agility on his potentially ponderous instrument was phenomenal, and clarinetist Barney Biggert, who personified a direct link with the old New Orleans. In 1929, the virtuoso Cootie Williams succeeded Miley as principal trumpeter. A succession of popular radio broadcasts from the Cotton Club brought Ellington national fame, and his name became known around the globe after the successes of Mood Indigo in 1930 and It Don't Mean a Thing If It Ain't Got That Swing in 1932. In 1933, he took his band on the first tour of Europe. By this time, singer Cab Calloway had succeeded Ellington at the Cotton Club, and Calloway was in turn succeeded by Jimmy Lunsford in 1934. Racial unrest in Harlem in the following year forced the Cotton Club to close down temporarily, but it reopened in a different location in the autumn of 1936 and remained in business for a further 4 years. In the 1980s, the legendary venue inspired a movie by director Francis Ford Coppola. Other important night spots in Harlem during the heyday of the Cotton Club were Connie's Inn, which hosted performances by Louis Armstrong, Fletcher Henderson, and Fats Waller between 1929 and 1931. Small's Paradise, haunt of stride pianists Willie the Lion Smith and James P. Johnson, and the Savoy Ballroom, just 1 block away from the original Cotton Club on Lenox Avenue. Thank you to blackfacts.com for this vital information, and we hope you have a wonderful day. And if you didn't know, now you know. You take care.